In 1999, Lockheed Martin unveiled a fighter jet so revolutionary that it vanished, not just from radar but from existence itself. The X-44 MANTA wasn't just another military project. It was a glimpse into the future that arrived too soon. Imagine an aircraft with no tail, defying every convention of fighter jet design, yet promising maneuverability that would make even the F-22 Raptor jealous. But here's what's truly fascinating. While the project supposedly died in 2000, its ghost haunts the skies of modern aviation. Every cutting-edge fighter jet being developed today somehow mirrors this mysterious aircraft's DNA. From America's classified next-generation air dominance program to China's latest stealth fighters, they all chase the shadows of a concept that disappeared over 2 decades ago. What made this aircraft so revolutionary that even in 2025, the world's most advanced stealth fighters are still trying to catch up? And why did the Pentagon suddenly abandon a design that could have changed the face of aerial warfare forever? Join us as we uncover the story of the fighter jet that was too advanced for its own time, the X-44 MANTA. The story begins in the halls of Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works, the legendary facility that gave birth to the SR-71 Blackbird and F-22 Raptor. In 1999, they weren't just pushing boundaries, they were erasing them. The X-44 MANTA, standing for Multi-Axis No-Tail Aircraft, emerged as a concept that seemed to break every rule in the aviation handbook. But what happened next still puzzles aviation experts today. Just as suddenly as it appeared, the project vanished into classified archives. The timing was strange. This was an era when the United States was asserting its air dominance with the F-22 Raptor. Yet they chose to shelve a design that promised even greater capabilities. The official story? Budget constraints led to the program's cancellation in 2000, but something doesn't add up. The same Pentagon that poured billions into conventional fighter jets decided to abandon what could have been the most significant leap in military aviation since the invention of stealth technology. Even more intriguing is what happened after the project's supposed death. The design principles of the X-44 started appearing in classified programs worldwide. It's as if the MANTA hadn't died. It had simply gone underground, its DNA secretly spreading through every major military aviation program in development today. What made this aircraft so special that its ghost continues to influence modern fighter jet design? The answer lies in its revolutionary approach to flight itself. Picture a fighter jet with no tail. It sounds impossible, yet this was the MANTA's most striking feature. While the F-22 and F-35 still rely on traditional tail sections for stability and control, the X-44 dared to throw away the aviation rulebook. But this wasn't just for show. Removing the tail would have made the aircraft virtually invisible to radar from multiple angles. Think about that for a moment. Every modern stealth fighter still struggles with radar reflection from their tail sections. The F-22 Raptor, America's premier air superiority fighter, uses complex radar-absorbing materials to minimize these reflections. The X-44 MANTA? It simply eliminated the problem altogether. But here's where things get really interesting. Without a tail, how could it possibly maneuver? The answer lay in what aviation experts call thrust vectoring. But the MANTA's approach was revolutionary even by today's standards. While the F-22 can direct its thrust up and down, the X-44 was designed to control its thrust in all directions, achieving what engineers call multi-axis thrust vectoring. In simpler terms, imagine a fighter jet that could turn on a dime, change direction instantly, and perform maneuvers that would be impossible for any other aircraft. The F-22 Raptor, famous for its dogfighting capability, would have looked almost primitive in comparison. The real genius, however, wasn't just in removing the tail, it was in the aircraft's delta wing design. This unique shape, combined with advanced computer controls, would have allowed the X-44 to maintain stability while performing maneuvers that would tear a conventional fighter apart. Modern aerospace engineers are only now beginning to fully understand the potential of this configuration. But if this design was so superior, why hasn't any operational fighter jet adopted it fully? The answer lies in a technological challenge that even today's engineers are struggling to solve. The X-44 MANTA was pushing the envelope. Plus, it was rewriting the laws of what a fighter jet could achieve. According to declassified documents, the aircraft was designed to reach speeds of up to 1,500 miles per hour. That's Mach 2, fast enough to cross the continental United States in just 2 hours. Even today's most advanced fighters struggle to match these projected capabilities. But raw speed was just the beginning. The MANTA was designed to operate at altitudes of 49,000 feet, placing it in the sweet spot between traditional fighters and spy planes. For comparison, the F-35, America's newest operational fighter, typically cruises at around 30,000 feet. This altitude advantage would have given the X-44 a crucial edge in both air combat and reconnaissance missions. However, these capabilities came with engineering challenges that would make even today's aerospace experts sweat. The combination of a tailless design and supersonic speeds created what engineers call adverse yaw, a problem that could tear conventional aircraft apart. The Manta's solution? A flight control system so advanced that in 1999, the computers needed to run it barely existed. Think about that. Lockheed Martin had designed an aircraft so sophisticated that the technology to fully control it was still years away. It's like designing a smartphone in 1985. The concept was sound, but the supporting technology simply wasn't there yet. And this wasn't even the most ambitious part of the project. What truly set the X-44 MANTA apart was something that modern air forces are only now beginning to understand. In 2000, the Pentagon made a decision that still baffles aviation experts. They canceled the X-44 MANTA program. The official reason? Budget constraints. But for those who understand military aviation, this explanation raises more questions than answers. Consider this. At the same time the X-44 was canceled, billions were being poured into conventional fighter programs. The F-22 Raptor alone was costing taxpayers $330 million per aircraft. Yet, a program that promised to revolutionize air combat was shut down over budget concerns? Something doesn't add up. Some military analysts suggest a more intriguing possibility. The X-44's design concepts might have been so revolutionary that they were deemed too sensitive for public development. After all, stealth technology for the F-117 Nighthawk remained classified for over a decade before the public knew it existed. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. While the X-44 program officially died, its fingerprints started appearing on classified projects worldwide. The most telling evidence? Recent leaked documents suggest that some of the Manta's most classified innovations weren't abandoned. They were simply buried deeper within the Pentagon's black projects. What exactly was discovered during the X-44's development that warranted such secrecy? The answer might lie in today's most advanced military aviation programs. Today, the X-44 MANTA's influence is hiding in plain sight. Look closely at the mysterious renders of America's next-generation air dominance fighter. You'll notice a familiar tailless delta wing design that seems eerily similar to what Lockheed Martin proposed over 2 decades ago. But it's not just the United States. Every major military power developing 6th-generation fighters seems to be following a blueprint that the X-44 drew up in 1999. Russia's future fighter programs, China's next-generation combat aircraft, they all share DNA with the Manta's revolutionary design philosophy. The most compelling evidence of the X-44's lasting impact comes from recent developments at Edwards Air Force Base. In wind tunnel tests for classified aircraft, engineers are reportedly solving the exact same flight control challenges that the Manta's designers faced years ago. The only difference? Today's computer technology has finally caught up with the X-44's ambitious vision. What's even more fascinating is how the Manta's influence extends beyond fighter jets. The B-21 Raider, America's newest stealth bomber, incorporates similar principles in its design. Its smooth, tailless profile suggests that military aviation has finally embraced what the X-44's designers knew all along. Conventional tails are becoming obsolete in the age of stealth warfare. But perhaps the most significant validation of the X-44's concept came in 2023, when a senior Air Force official accidentally leaked information about a classified program that bears striking similarities to the Manta's original design. This slip-up confirmed what aviation experts had long suspected. The X-44's disappearance wasn't the end of its story. It was just the beginning. As we stand on the brink of a new era in aerial warfare, the X-44 MANTA's vision seems more relevant than ever. With China and Russia rapidly advancing their air combat capabilities, the race for air superiority has reached a critical point. The question isn't whether the MANTA's concepts will be implemented, it's who will perfect them first. The U.S. Air Force's next-generation air dominance program, scheduled for deployment in the 2030s, appears to be the spiritual successor to what the X-44 started. But this time, the technology has caught up with the ambition. Advanced computing systems, breakthrough materials, and decades of stealth research have finally made the Manta's revolutionary design principles achievable. Perhaps the X-44's greatest legacy isn't in what it achieved, but in what it predicted. In an age where hypersonic weapons and artificial intelligence are reshaping aerial combat, its radical design philosophy seems less like science fiction and more like prophecy. The X-44 MANTA may have vanished from public view in 2000, but its influence continues to shape the future of military aviation. As one Air Force general recently remarked, sometimes the most influential aircraft are the ones that never flew.